All right, shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
All right, good. Audio is all good. All right, shalom. Birthday Hawa, birthday Hawashai, birthday Hawa, birthday Hawashai, birthday Hawa, birthday Hawashai, call Halal Yahweh, Balahaina Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim Kakodash. Bless you, Yahweh. Bless you in the name of only begotten Son, Yahushai, in the name of the Spirit Holy. All praise, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem Kakodash, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Of course, giving double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops, great millstone, well, peace and salutation, to the election of the nation of Israel. Election consists of the first fruits, the choicest parts, that whom the Lord will have mercy upon when the first go read in these times, being that the Lord have reserved them and will preserve them from the coming destruction that shall be upon this earth in the form of salvation, whether if they are to die within their integrity, their works do follow them, of course the elect, or if they know taste of death, of course the Lord is with his elect. 2/3 of the nation of Israel will be cut off and die here in Babylon the Great, which is America, also known as spiritually Sodom in Egypt. Due to their disobedience, the Lord ultimately choosing them for the salvation on this first go around. Of course, all Israel shall be saved ultimately in the kingdom via the seed of Zerai of the election. Okay, being that the offspring of the elect in the kingdom of heaven will be these various 2/3. Wicked Israelites that are going to die in their iniquity, but come back. Of course, we know the heathen nations, they have been ruling over us and oppressing us. And of course, with the heat of the word Ash, the first of the nations, Amalek, well, Esau, Edom. All right. And the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, is, of course, have them reserved for our our servitude, okay, to be slaves, all right, in the kingdom of heaven. All right, we were created, to rule. And of course, since of our disobedience, us rebelling against our power, we are and have been in captivity, okay? But of course, the Lord is not going to let affliction rise a second time. So we're at the end of our captivity. The prophecies, the things that have been written for time are coming to pass, and the final prophecies, Yahweh Ratzazah, major prophecies be fulfilled, Yahweh Ratzazah, in the year 2023, being coined the year by the Apostle Tahar, or the elder Apostle Tahar, the year of all prophecies being fulfilled. Okay, concerning obviously the major prophecies, the MOTB and such. Okay, the digital all, and that we gain a rice, the implant. Okay, that's one of the major prophecies we're waiting for. First, the major deliverance, World War III, things of that nature. Right, Hadawan Ratzazah, we'll be it. Okay, but we still hasten on to the coming of Yahweh Shai, all right, who's the Heavenly Father's only begotten Son, who's a so-called black man that came into the tribe of Judah, who is angry with the wicked every day and is burning in his heart to return, all right, to redeem or padah the election, okay, bring vengeance to his enemies. So, Shemiyah Mafba, my name is Mafba, my young Gabriel Kab Machna from the Great Millstone Plain Tales Camp. Okay, is here in the city of Philadelphia. I'm a mighty might. Come on, lesson. All right, we lesson. And this lesson is just due to spirit. Woke up uh, by or in Racha Yom Tawab, which means spirits good. All right, good or better spirits. Okay, blah blah. Yeah, in my mind, which is a good thing. But this comes through, of course, the balance of also being in a state in which you may be low in the spirit at times, but everything comes, of course, in balance. Of course, there's the scriptures speak about there now being a false balance with the Lord and such, or the creatures being subject unto vanity, in which we are creatures or creations from Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. And while we are here in captivity and servitude, and and of course these sinful bodies, prison of darkness, and we have to endure the suffering that comes with, at times being no in you say like a positive state in a sense. The scriptures speak about how I'll get that in the spirit. Just give me one moment. I get Yahweh is two spirit. I mean two spirits or two precepts. These two spirits precepts obviously, and all these precepts come in the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, the Heavenly Father, and His only God Son. Okay, the written living word. So we're this is gonna be in the book of Daniel's. Daniel chapter 7 and 25. Daniel chapter 7 and 25 for our ride. It reads, it says, and he shall speak great words and against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time in times and a dividing of times. All right, and you have it through obviously this kingdom, this fourth kingdom, that's diverse from the others. Okay, through of course the Romans, which are Edomites, Adawam, wicked, who call themselves to be weight, hide under various different identities, but they were the Greeks. All right, with Alexander the Great, Philip the Macedon. All right, different, of course, Herodian rulers. One is from the Flavian dynasty and such, and Seleucid, and Ptolemaic dynasty, rulership. Different of Alexander generals. These are all Edomites and such. All right, but in this fourth kingdom, Rome, you have, of course, speak great things, against the Most High, and hey, does it so much. You have it even as pseudoscience itself, telling you that, you ought to just accept his form of medication or healing by the pharmaceuticals in which he prescribes, and that's supposed to be the way for you to be able to cope with the different various troubles of this life. But of course, I tell you, it's the total opposite. That we have a different Ishabium, pure herbs through the spirit that can bring, of course, healing. But Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai, Heavenly Father's only gotten Son, He's the physician. All right, He's the one that can make you the whole. All right, and He came, of course, to heal us and such. All right, from this, hey, this wearing out. Okay, um, so I'm actually going to look into that term for to wear out. So and Yahweh Shazah get this Bala Barath in the Hebrew. That's the Hebrew word for to wear out, which means going back to Bala, which goes into to harass constantly in a figurative, to wear away, to wear out. And obviously, we know that our oppressor Esau Edom is Satan. All right, the physical counterpart for the spiritual demon Satan. All right, see the Satan. Um, these people, all right, are here to constantly follow us. Various do harassing tactics and such. All right, categorizing us. Of course, us being a byword, astonishment, such. Okay, which that's written in the scriptures. All right, you go back to the book of Genesis or Ashiath, the Hetans or the beginning. It speaks about how there's other places too you can get it, but there's in Genesis, I believe that's either the third chapter. In the 15th verse, um, it says, "And I will put enmity," which goes into that harassing, all right, uh, hatred and such, enmity between thee and the woman being the nation of Israel, was likened unto a delicate and comely woman. Of course, going back to Jeremiah, okay, 6 chapter, and the second verse, if I'm not mistaken, it says, "I have likened the daughter of Zion, which we are the Lord's monument, um, to a comely and delicate woman." Okay, so we are that woman, all right? "And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed, and it shall bruise thy heed, and thou shalt bruise his heel." All right, and of course, we know, um, this man been adverse against us and has hurt us, but hey, hey, the Lord is bringing us back. All right, ultimately in the end. All right, God. And ultimately, Yahweh Shem Shai is going to take out, um, the serpent, Esau, Edom, you know. Yeah, that's right. And ultimately, when Yahweh Shai come back, he's going to end the reign of the wicked, all right? And end that wearing out, okay? Because, hey, we've been worn out. And, hey, because the serpent is a actual witch, he, of course, deals with the various spirits and such, all right? You have the spiritual demon Satan, and speak about in Ephesians how Ephesians the second chapter, Ephesians chapter 2, it's going in the spirit. Ephesians chapter 2 and 2. Um, it speaks about where in time past you walk according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience. And you have, of course, that the spiritual demon Satan, and of course the spiritual counterpart I could say Esau, Edom. That's controlling. All these different you know, like a lot of these different vibes that's going over here, these negative frequencies and such. The whole vibration as Earth, being of course, due to the gross darkness in which this man do push us out. We're wrestling not against flesh and blood, as the scriptures say, but against principalities. All right, which I'll get that in Ephesians the sixth chapter really quick, which that's what this pretty much lesson's about. This about the true demon slayer, which is Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shemal Shai first, and then of course us as well. Okay, because the Lord gave us power over these various different principalities, these different Rywath or Chawath are demons. Okay, evil spirits. All right, which Wath is going into a plural version of evil, and Rekha Wath going back to the root. Rekha going to spirits in a plural sense. All right. So, it says Ephesians chapter 6 and 20 and 12. Saki. It says sorry, 11. I actually started at verse 10. It says, "Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and the power of his might, but on the whole armor of the power, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles or the cunningness of the devil." All right, and the devil's spiritual demon Satan, and via do Esau is very, very cunning in the form of seducing you, persuading you, seeming as if he's your friend, coming with smooth words, being benevolent at times and such, only to for you to drop your guard and for you to then give this man, uh, you know, open shot, to damage you. All right, which he want to take you out. Yeah, he wants you to worship the Most High. He wants you, of course, to be under the vibration of the image of the beast. Okay, to be worshiping and reverencing these various different philosophies which he put out, to be idolatrous, to be murderous. All right, to be a murderer. Going into Ratzazach or and premeditated murders and such. Obviously malice, wickedness, justifiable, and he wants you, of course, to be all into the whole in crowd, all right, of the alphabet community, all right, the whole Sodom, all right, and spirit, okay, uh, which goes into many different lewd acts, all right, done sexually, which are permissible in the law, statute, commandments prescribed by the Lord, okay. This man wants you to be, a rebel against the Most High, all right, to be satanic, all right, to worship multiple gods, all right, in the different customs and manners in which you will do, all right, that are outside of the law, statute, commandments, that are perverse, that are forward, okay. This is the different cunningness we're fighting against, okay, where it's normal to like you have it, this whole Lupercalia spirit that's out, with the whole Valentine's Day, which is fastly approaching. Hey, if you didn't even know it wasn't here yet, you know it by hey, they already got hearts plastered about. Like most of the Edomites, they hey, you can tell they definitely Edomites. They be fully in the whole spirits of all these different gods and such, and putting up the different like for whatever left hand high holy day on their side, holiday or unholy day really, and they'll put up all these different decor and such, push that vibe, soon after so-called Christmas, Saturnalia and such, you'll have it, they'll leave that feast and then get into this whole, Lupercalia spirit, this whole Valentine's Day spirit, okay? And yeah, hey, if we're no guard in the spirit, by obviously honoring our power, knowing that's not of our holy days. You having a chick that's fully engrossed in the pleasures of the world, and you can easily be influenced into inclining, uh, which you'll be declining to the ways of this world and such. All right, which would obviously be foolishness and be sin. You'll be missing the mark. Okay, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood. So, hey, it's not no the people, physically that we're going against. You have to understand that the Lord created the things that's invisible and visible. Okay, there's you know um, invisible world. The different spirits and such. And hey, these different kashapium, uh, yeah, kashat, I believe that's per which or kush. I gotta look it up again. Um, they know and they draw into these different spirits. That's all he is a witch anyway, and conjuring up and summoning up, it's different spirits. Colossians chapter 1, it tells you. See if I can find it. It's a good precept right there too. Give me one moment to get this in. Shalom if you're watching it on the comment board. Yabashim Shabbat. Invisible. I can't spell invisible apparently. I don't know why. Yeah, Colossians chapter 1 and 16. It reads, it says, for by him, to be how we're speaking about, were all things created that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones, all right, the different various rulerships, or dominions, or principalities, going into demons, spirits, all right, or powers. All things were created by him and for him. And he is before all things, and by him all things consist. So, hey, it's all of Yahweh Shai, all right, given, of course, a blueprint by Yahweh, that these things exist. And we know that, these things, we ought to uh, beware and circumspect of, okay? So, also, I wanted to get this precept because I seen it through the spirit. This is the book of, is that 8? Colossians chapter 2. And 4, I'll start there. It says, "And this I say, least any man should beguile you with enticing words." Okay, so, hey, there's a whole, you know, uh, enticement that's out there, do words that men do speak. Okay, so like I said, things are double once against another. You have righteousness and you have darkness, wickedness. All right. So going into that, and beguile goes into trickery. All right, which hey, when we go back, the woman Eve, which does represent the church too. You know, um, was beguiled, by of course the serpent. All right, which was another man, a man of actually had melanin at that time, in the garden. All right, amongst the Adamites. All right, which real quick, since I talked about beguile, which beguile goes into the same Greek word, which is paral or izome. All right, let's see, 1 second.
Paralagizamai. Paralagizamai.
Paralagozizomai, which goes into to deceive, pardon, or delude, or circumvent. Okay, which going around and hey, if you don't have the understanding, or the instruction, you can easily be opened up by lies or deceptions or falsehood, shaquar in the Hebrew. Okay, to cheat by false reckoning, different reasoning and such. Okay, to miscount. All right, to delude. All right, now real quick, just going back. This is the book of Genesis, chapter. This is Genesis chapter 3. This is Genesis chapter 3. Okay, we were just in there. It says, now the serpent, which going back to Nachash in the Hebrew, going back to a man that practiced divination, okay, the fortune telling, okay, but you're going to do that on the left hand side, do lies, okay. Now the serpent was more subtile than any beast, all right, the beast like unto men of the field in the world, which the Lord in power had made. And he said unto the woman, ye hath God, Esakiyeh hath the Allahim said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. Okay. And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, the Most High said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch of it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die, which is a lie. Okay? And there's that whole beguilement. Okay? And then here's where he's going to use the truth on the flip side. For the power, Allahim doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. And gods know good and evil. All right? And that's what we shall ultimately be in the kingdom, knowing good and evil, but obviously doing the good. All right? Of course, in righteousness, of course. All right? We're going to rule, but we're going to sanction that, different judgments. Okay? All right? Because as the Most High Yahweh, he said he controls the left hand and the right and such, and there's no false balance. Of course, hey, punishments of righteousness is going to be being executed. All right? Come on, you know. So, I'm going to go back to this Colossians chapter 2. And that was in verse 4. It says, and this I say, at least many men should beguile you, right, to circumvent, deceive by false reasoning, or cheat by false reckoning, right? So circumvent, delude, misreckon, okay? This man gonna give you misinformation, all right? And have you doubt using gaslighting, whether you, know the truth or not. But you got to remember the words of Yahweh Bashem El Shai always. All right. That's why it's important to be in the spirit. Okay. So it says, let I'm gonna go back down. I'm gonna go down to I'm gonna go down to verse 6. It says, "As ye have therefore received Hamashiach, which is the anointed one, Yahushai the Lord, so walk ye in him." So we receive Yahushai. We gotta walk in Yahushai. Do as what Yahushai would do, which Yahushai was perfect. So we gotta try and abstain to strive for the masteries lawfully. All right, the best of our ability. All right, and we gotta use, of course, the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, because this the combat the different beguilement of the devil. You got to use the words, right? Because hey, just to show another, lie, just and it's just building on, hey, demon slaying right here, just through the spirit. You have how Yahushua, he used the word against the highest demon on the left hand side, which is the spirit demon Satan, which is the son of the Most High. All right, so you get that in the book of, I believe, it might be the book of Matthew. Slaki, I don't want to mess it up. Matthew. Yeah. When he's, of course, fasting for 40 days and 40 nights. Okay. The fourth chapter. Right, it says, "Then was Yahushua led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the Most High. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward in hunger." Ripe, hungry. "And when the tempter came to him, he said, If thou be the Son of the Most High, command these stones to be made bread. But he answered and said, It is written, Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out the mouth of the Most High." So that's a way to be a demon slayer, all right? To use the words of the Most High to cut Satan, the tempter, all right? As the scriptures say, let me see, I'm going to have to get that word. Yeah, Hebrews 4 and 12. Hebrews chapter 4 and verse 12. Yeah, which it reads, Hebrews chapter 4 and 12, it says, "For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful." All right, I'm going to look into that word for quick, which it may be like living. All right, but this is the first time to the Spirit, I'm looking it up right here in this verse. And quick, Zao, or Zao.
Strong's G 2198. Zao.
Zao, Slaki.
Zao.
Y'all's right. Which means to live, right? It's the living water having vital power in itself and exerting the same upon the soul. Okay? This living water, it refreshes us and is strong and efficient. Okay? Going back, Hebrews 4 and 12. "For the word is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword." Okay, so it's sharper than a carnal two-edged sword. Okay, and that's deadly, to deal with a two-edged sword and stuff. Okay, "piercing even to the dividing sunder of soul and spirit." All right, which is if you pierce somebody, which you're gonna go into that word for pierce, which obviously, you're cutting and penetrating, right? Yeah, exactly. To go through or penetrate or pierce, obviously through somebody's, their it's gonna be their spirit. Okay, you're gonna go beyond what obviously the flesh. Someone can pierce somebody's flesh, and carnally kill them and such, but you can hurt somebody to the spirit, to the soul, and actually we can cut demons, to the spirit with the word of the Lord, and obviously it rebukes them. It rebukes Satan. Okay, simple as that. It corrects Satan. Okay, through the words of Yahweh Shemel Shai. This is how you demon slay. All right, when you come with this word, that's what we have to use. Come with this word. All right, when these different people try to combat against us in arguments and such, hey, speak the word. That's it. It shuts everything down. All right, if they don't want to hear it, hey, bye. And that's it. And it cuts them, because there ain't no way around the circumvent around this word. All right, this perfect, true, pure doctrine, purified 7 times in the furnace. All right, came down from heaven to flesh. Yeah. So it says piercing or penetrating even to the dividing sunder of the soul and spirit and the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and the intents of the heart. Okay, so this word is a actual discerner. Okay, in which it can cut or karath uh, the different thoughts. That it's a discerner. It's into judging. That's what discernment goes into, which really goes into dividing. Okay, skill in judging, to discriminate. That's a tasteful trait, to be able to discern spirits. Okay, and the Lord gave us that ability, to discern spirits. You gotta be on, especially in the days to new. You gotta discern these spirits, man. It'd be like Satan just be hopping as he goeth about as a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. Hey, you gotta discern these spirits. Oh, damn, spiritual demon Satan on this person, you know. Get out there, man. But you can do rebukes in your mind and such. But yeah, in these times, like it's showing me more. Hey, we're gonna have to definitely rebuke a lot of these demons more and more. I'm no telling you that your job to sit there and straight up, cuss some man out with the word. But spiritually, do your mind and such and do praying. You know, obviously fast if you have to. But there's different powers that can be achieved by fasting. Okay, and you're drawn in submission to the power. That's more power of these different demons. But then different demons try to trouble you when you're at these certain levels. Okay, of fasting, etc. You know, so it's decisive or critical, tracing out the thoughts and intents of the heart. Okay, and intent, the different reasonings and such. Okay, what's the intent? Is the meditation, the will, the understanding, the thinking, the matter of feeling. Going back to uh, enoia, all right, in the Greek. Okay, that's right, and we can cut. So use this word as a demon slayer. All right, simple as that. All right, that's the main, uh, point, of this lesson. Okay, use these words as a demon slayer. We're the true demon slayers. Like I'm watching this there's an anime called Demon Slayer. They got the second season up on Netflix, the new. It's incredible. I love it. It inspires me so much. When I watch it, because it just shows you like a lot of like the spirit. Because Ammon, they understand a lot of about the spirit world and such. You know, down to like they talk about like the different scents. Having some keen sense due to spirit. Uh, but like, well, they ain't got the spirit, but they have obviously, they dealing some type of discernment, some wisdom or knowledge, whether they stole it from us or if it's Jake amongst them that came up with this and put it into wise sayings like, yeah, they show you how spirits is there, the invisible world, and how it manifests in the physical. That it's not just it's not just a physical world out here and such. You know, demons coming at night. Demons they open up. There's different portals. And yeah, different people welcome demons in. Different things at different times happen to people, and it invites different demons to come into them. Like for a person to go through heaviness, right, or depression, and no rebuke that spirit, but instead invite other spirits through the form of coping through using pharmaceuticals, pharmakia, which are drugs. All right, that those are demons. That's a portal or a gateway to different demons to plague that individual. Them thinking that they're medicating when they're only destroying themselves, destroying their flesh. All right, their spirit is through deed. Okay, we demon slay by the word. The word will tell you to what? Like that the word that this body is a temple. Okay, and it's supposed to defile your temple, which will be the temple of the Most High, where the Lord, of course, is dwelling. And we're supposed to be holy. You demon slay by keeping yourself separate or kodash from these various spirits. What keeps you from these spirits? The instruction, the word. All right? What's written in the word. All right? Simple as that. Okay? But you have to watch out from these different philosophies, which are very convincing and such, or enticing. That can beguile you and such. All right? So I'm going to go back to that Colossians. And it tells you again in Colossians chapter 2 and 4, and this I say, least any man should beguile you with enticing words. Okay? Going back down to 6, like I did, as ye have therefore received Hamashiach, Yahushua the Lord, so walk ye in him. Be rooted, right, which we're going to walk in him. We're going to have the same course of life in what Yahushua did, which he came and rebuked Satan with the word. All right? And I have to, when the spiritual demon appeared, the tempter. All right, so I have to, actually, since I didn't do that, I have to finish off that in Matthew, the 4th chapter. St. Matthew chapter 4. After it said that, but after I know Yahweh answered and said, it's written that man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of the Most High. Then the devil taketh him into a holy city, to the holy city, and set him upon a pinnacle of the temple, and said unto him, if thou be the Son of Man, or the Son of God, cast thyself down, for it's written, he shall give his angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, at least at any time thou dash thy foot against a stone. We got to understand that the spiritual demon Satan will try to use the word against you. Okay? Remember, if it's the most, it's quick and powerful, and can divide and cut to the down to the soul, and basically is a discerner of the different various thoughts, intents of the mind. Okay, why wouldn't the spiritual demon Satan try to use it himself? Okay, just telling you straight. Why wouldn't he use the most powerful word against you? Hey, but you gotta combat right back. And hit and strike back. Because hey, if the word is if it's a two-edged sword, it can cut you. All right, right? It could be able to cut you. Okay, right? And what if it cuts you? Which you not having the obedience to obviously the word, but you have to understand obviously the spirit of it. Which as he's gonna go into. Like you can't be simple and foolish. Remember, the wisdom itself gives subtlety to the simple. All right, and remember, the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field. So we have to have that dragon level of discernment, okay, on the right hand side to be able to combat against, all right, it's the spiritual demon Satan, which we use the Lord's words to try to gaslight and to make you to doubt and confuse you, basically. All right, throw some dust in your face, and have you doing something crazy. Oh yeah, yeah. So look, as it's gonna go into, it says, and said unto him, If thou be the son of the power, cast thyself down, for it is written, He shall give our angels charge concerning thee, and their hand shall bear thee up, least at any time thou dash thy foot against a stone. And it says, Yahweh shall say unto him, It's written again, Thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy power. All right, don't be stupid. All right, simple as that. This man tried to get Yahweh to commit suicide. All right, under trying to say, oh well, the angels will get you. Just jump off. Yeah, I'm supposed to listen to Satan. No. And that's the thing. We're not supposed to be obeying Satan. You got to know the spirit, the voice of the Holy Spirit. All right. How about Shem Shai? All right. And the righteous, holy angels that send the correct message. All right. And a lot of times it's, like I said, you can feel it do a vibe, like the vibe. You're like, yo, that's just off. I'm not going to do it. Something like that. So, yeah. Yeah, going down, another cut, and just keep reading down. It says, and this man tried again, right? It says, Yahushua says again, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy power. Again, the devil, the spiritual demon Satan, the accuser, right, taketh him up to an exceedingly high mountain, and showeth him all the kingdoms of the world. And he had to see this kingdom, and the glory of them, and said unto him, All these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. And that's what Esau Edom, wants today. He wants to come with you, offering, the world, if you just worship him. But we, of course, have an instruction back to Exodus the 20th chapter, worship the Most High. All right. I'll just read it. Put no God above. Look at Exodus chapter 20, and it reads, Thou shalt not bow thyself to them, meaning these other gods, for I, the Lord, thy power. I am the Lord Yahweh, thy power. I am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and the fourth generation of them that hate me. All right? You can't worship Satan, okay? You can't reverence this system, the image of the beast, all right? It says in verse 3, the point was, thou shalt not have other gods before me, all right? So Yahweh Shai was using this word and cutting Satan. So we got a demon slay by using this word to cut Satan. Simple as that. And they come in many ways, coming and putting thoughts in your heat. Cut them with the spirit of the word. And it takes by seeking this word, seeking his face, the knowledge, the brightness, to be able to do it. Because like the Lord leveling up mysteries, man. I'm looking at this like, damn, I ain't, the beguilement and going, like, let least any man beguile you, the different enticing words, and how the Lord had me go back to the Genesis 3. That was just beautiful to the spirit, call on my Yahweh Shem Al Shai B'Shem Kakadash, just for that link, and I could treat it to the rest of you believers, you students, you disciples, so that you can put this into actual, into practice, application. Okay? Going, and it says, then you said Yahweh Shai unto them, Get thee hence Satan. So he gave that. So Warma Munya Hashatan, I believe that's in the Hebrew. Get from thee Satan. All right. For it is written, thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him only shalt thou serve. Then the devil leaveth him. Hey, ski that one, man. Like I can't get we use the word every time, man. You know? And hey, let me see. I'm trying to see how many times he cut me right here written. Man shall not live by bread alone. That's one. He tried the other one about the tempting. About the angels give you, he cut him there. And then he did the other one about worshiping him. And he cut him again. 3 is understanding and spiritual. All right. Okay. So yeah, man, that's understanding. All right. It says, then the devil leaveth him, and behold, angels, which are messengers, came and ministered unto him. All right. And that's beautiful. Like when we when we defeat these demons through the word, that's another thing. Angels gonna come help and minister and serve us, and give us, different various things, within us that we need, it's another level that you leveled up, so hey, don't be surprised. When you after you've done slayed a demon, you done got those experience points to get to the next level. All right, you get more understanding. Because knowing is one thing, but understanding, having the chachmah, the wisdom, is the most, and it's the supreme or chief thing to get understanding. All right, so it says back to Colossians chapter 2:7, rooted and built up in him, you're gonna get edified through the Chakadosh, the Holy Spirit, all right, and the various virtues, and the principles, all right, and the words, the oracles of the Yahweh Shem Yahshai, all right, and established in the faith, grounded as ye have been taught. Okay, so remember thou which thou learned, been assured of. Okay, it says, abounding therein with thanksgiving. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit after the traditions of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Hamashiach. So we have to understand that. Okay, we got to beware, because you could get deceived by various philosophies and vain deceit after the various traditions of men. Okay, and hey, we got to use the spirit. All praises, honor, and glory. Call Allah, Yahuwah, Allahayna, Yahweh, Bashem, Ashai, Bashem, Kakodash. And of course, double honors to our elder apostles. Of course, elder bishops of Great Millstone, Connecticut elders. All right, of course, other sincere brothers, within the camp heats, the various machanayim or the camps within Great Millstone, brothers that follow the doctrine of Yahweh Shai, which is due to apostles and elders of Great Millstone. All right. Peace and salutation to the elect. Call Allah, Yahweh Shem Shai, Shem Dash. All right, shalom to the elect. Hopefully you being edified. The Wadi Yahweh Shem Shai, Shem Dash, Kaya Yashar Debarium, or Debarium Yashar, which goes into upright words. Dash. All right, in the Holy Spirit. Shalom.